Welcome to World of Coins, the place where history meets treasure. Here, every coin tells a story, from the oldest United States classics that shaped our past to the newest rare discoveries that amaze collectors today. If you love the thrill of uncovering hidden value, exploring the beauty of design, and learning the secrets behind coins worth fortunes, then you're in the right place. Join us as we dive deep into the world of rare U.S. coins, both old and new, and reveal the fascinating details that make them priceless. Top 1. Today's story begins on a quiet morning in the year 2002, when the United States Mint released a quarter that would race into the hearts of millions. It wasn't just a coin. It was a symbol of speed, innovation, American progress, and the proud spirit of the Hoosier State. Yes, we are talking about the unforgettable Indiana State Washington quarter. And trust me, if you love coins, history, and the thrill of discovering hidden treasures, this is a story you'll want to listen to from the first second to the last breath. Picture this: a pocketful of change jingling inside the jeans of someone pumping gas on a long highway road in Indiana. Among the ordinary quarters, one coin gleams slightly brighter, as if it wants to be noticed. That little flash is how many collectors first discovered the Indiana quarter, its bold racing car flying across the design, the state outline behind it, and the proud message, "Crossroads of America." This was more than a quarter. It was a miniature billboard telling the history of America's automotive heritage. Designed by Donna Weaver, the 2002 Indiana quarter captured one of the strongest identities of any state: speed. The open-wheel race car at its center isn't just decoration. It's a tribute to the legendary Indianapolis Motor Speedway, home of the world-famous Indy 500. But even beyond the design, collectors love this coin for one reason: surprisingly, it has several rare errors that turn an ordinary quarter into a treasure worth far more than 25 cents. As you listen, imagine you're holding this coin in your hand. The weight, the shine, the sense of history traveling through your fingertips. That is the magic of coin collecting. A magic that becomes even more powerful when you find one of those special error varieties. One of the most exciting errors on the 2002 Indiana quarter is the spectacular die cracks and die breaks, especially around the race car wheels and the state outline. These cracks can make the car look like it's bursting through the coin, an incredible visual that collectors chase like gold. Some of these cracks turn into full cuts on the obverse or reverse, making them extremely desirable. A large cut can turn your pocket change into something special that collectors will pay strong money for. Another rare variety is the off-center strike. When the coin is struck even 10 to 20% off-center, the race car drifts away from its normal lane on the coin, creating a dramatic and valuable mistake. The more off-center the image, the more premium the coin earns. Some of these pieces look like artwork rather than currency, and collectors absolutely love them. But wait, the story gets better. The 2002 Indiana quarter also has a rotated die error variety. In this case, when you flip the coin horizontally, the reverse doesn't line up correctly with the obverse. Sometimes it sits a few degrees off, other times it can swing dramatically. This is one of the most thrilling errors for collectors because it's so visually satisfying. If you find one of these in circulation, you're holding something truly rare. There are also double die obverse and double die reverse varieties, where certain letters like Liberty or Indiana show extra thickness or shadow-like doubling. These pieces can be tough to find because the doubling is subtle, but when it's clear and bold, it becomes a prize for any serious collector. Now imagine scrolling through your change, one coin at a time. Maybe you're at the grocery store. Maybe you're counting change after a long day. Suddenly you spot the 2002 Indiana quarter. The moment your eyes land on that race car, your heart beats a little faster. Could this be the one? Could you be holding an off-center strike? A rotated die? A doubling error? This is the thrill that keeps collectors searching, digging, hunting for that perfect piece. And here's the best part. Even without errors, the Indiana quarter has a special place in the hearts of millions because it represents a unique moment in American history. 2002 was the third year of the State Quarters program, a program that revived coin collecting across the country. Children, adults, grandparents, everyone was looking for their missing states. Indiana was one of the most popular quarters, especially with racing fans, collectors value clean, sharp, high-grade examples of this coin. A coin graded mint state 67 or 68 becomes something special, something that stands out from the rest. The luster, the smooth surfaces, the sharp strike, all of it matters. So the next time you get change from a gas station, a parking meter, or a vending machine, don't just put those quarters in your pocket. Take a second. Look closely. You might just be holding a piece of American history, or something far more valuable than you ever expected. Before we reveal the true market price and auction value of this coin, I want you to comment below and tell us which coins you have in your own collection. Share your coins with us, and we will gladly tell you information about them in future videos. And if you enjoy discovering hidden treasures and learning the stories behind rare American coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. Also, don't forget to like the video so more collectors like you can enjoy it. Now, the real market value of the 2002 Indiana Washington quarter in regular circulated condition is worth about $1 in words. High-grade mint state examples can reach up to $50 in words. Rare error versions such as off-center strikes, rotated dies, or major cuts can sell for as high as $300 in words. Top 2. This is the story of the 2006 Nebraska-Washington quarter, an extraordinary coin that carries the spirit of the American frontier, the pride of the Cornhusker state, and a hidden world of rare mint errors that can transform an ordinary pocket piece into a collector's treasure. Imagine a quiet sunrise over the Nebraska prairies. The wind is gentle, the horizon glows orange, and from a distance rises one of the most iconic landmarks in the history of the American West, Chimney Rock. When the United States Mint chose Nebraska's design for the state quarters program, they chose not just an image, but a story of pioneers, covered wagons, and the courage of settlers who crossed these lands chasing dreams of a new life. As you look at the reverse of this 2006 quarter, that very scene unfolds before your eyes, a covered wagon rolling westward, pulled by 2 oxen, with Chimney Rock towering behind them like a silent witness of history. But while millions of these coins were minted and entered everyday circulation, a surprising number of rare and valuable errors also escaped the mint. Errors so fascinating that collectors still hunt for them today with passion and excitement. And one of those rare varieties might just be hiding in your pocket right now. The Nebraska quarter is famous for numerous die cracks and die breaks, especially around the oxen yoke, the wagon wheel, and the edges near Chimney Rock. Some cracks form dramatic spiderweb patterns. Others develop into full cuds, raised blobs of extra metal that form when part of the die breaks away. These cuds immediately boost a coin's value because they represent a dramatic and unmistakable mint mistake. The larger the cud, the more collectors want it. Another thrilling error variety is the off-center strike. These errors happen when the blank planchet is misaligned before being struck. On the Nebraska quarter, even a small off-center strike can shift the wagon or the rock to one side, creating a unique and highly desirable piece. More dramatic off-center examples, 10%, 20%, even 30%, can turn your quarter into a true rarity that collectors are eager to buy. But here's where it gets even more exciting. The Nebraska quarter has been found with impressive double die errors. These doubling patterns can show up on words such as Nebraska, Chimney Rock, United States, or even on the detailed lines of the oxen and wagon. When visible doubling appears strongly, the coin becomes much more valuable, because double dies create some of the most beloved, and most collected, varieties in American numismatics. Some collectors have also discovered rotated die errors, where the obverse and reverse do not line up when the coin is flipped. Even a small degree of rotation adds value. A major rotation makes the coin rare, dramatic, and highly collectible, and then there are the strike-through errors, where foreign material, like grease, debris, or even a small piece of wire, gets between the coin and the die during striking. These rare mistakes create missing details or strange impressions on the surface. On a design as detailed as the Nebraska quarter, a strike-through can create a ghost-like wagon or a faded chimney rock, turning the coin into a one-of-a-kind treasure. Now imagine yourself sorting through a handful of quarters, maybe after a trip to the store, maybe after cleaning out your car. Suddenly your eye catches something different. The wagon seems pushed too far to one side, or chimney rock looks thicker than usual, or maybe there's a raised bubble of metal along the rim. That tiny difference could be your lucky discovery. That tiny difference could be worth far more than the 25 cents printed on the coin. Collectors everywhere admire the Nebraska quarter because of its powerful design, its frontier spirit, and its surprising number of valuable era varieties. And high-grade mint state examples, shining with luster, untouched by circulation, are always in demand. These top-grade coins show every detail crisp and bold, the oxen muscles, the wagon lines, the texture of the rock. When preserved perfectly, the Nebraska quarter becomes more than a piece of money, it becomes a miniature work of art. So as you listen to this story, remember this, you never know what treasure might be hiding right under your fingertips. The next Nebraska quarter you find could be special. It could be rare. It could carry history, beauty, and unexpected value. Before we reveal the true market price and auction value, I want you to comment below and tell us which coins you have in your own collection. Share your coins with us, and we will gladly tell you information about them in future videos. And if you enjoy discovering hidden treasures and learning the stories behind rare United States coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. And don't forget to like the video so more collectors like you can enjoy it. Now, the real market value of the 2006 Nebraska Washington quarter in regular circulated condition is worth about $1 in words. High-grade mint state examples can reach up to $30 in words. Rare error versions such as off-center strikes, double dies, major cuts, or rotated dies can sell for as high as $300 in words. Top 3. Imagine a quiet morning in northeastern Iowa, where a soft mist floats above the trees, and ancient earthworks rise from the land like silent guardians of history. This place, older than the United States itself, older even than many civilizations, is called effigy mounds. And in 2017, the United States Mint honored this sacred site with one of the most mysterious, symbolic, and unforgettable designs ever placed on a Washington quarter. As you hold the effigy mounds quarter in your hand, you're not just looking at a coin. You're looking at a window into a world shaped over 1,000 years ago by the indigenous peoples of North America. The reverse shows 4 animal-shaped mounds, soaring birds formed from the earth itself, symbols of spiritual connection, strength, and the relationship between the people and the land. These mounds, crafted by ancient hands, still stand today, stretching across the hills in perfect, graceful shapes. When this quarter was released in the America the Beautiful series, millions of people admired its design. But what many don't know is that hidden within these coins are rare errors that have turned some of them into valuable collectibles worth far more than 25 cents. And today, we will uncover those secrets. Let's start with one of the most dramatic error types collectors chase, the double die. A double die on the effigy mounds quarter can create shadows and doubling in the words effigy mounds, Iowa, United States of America, or even along the lines of the bird-shaped mounds themselves. When visible doubling appears clearly, the value jumps significantly because collectors love varieties tied to historical or sacred designs. Imagine holding a coin where the ancient shapes appear doubled, giving the artwork an almost glowing second outline. Those are the kinds of pieces that sell instantly, but one of this coin's most surprising features is the number of strike-through errors discovered in circulation. A strike-through error happens when something like grease, debris, or fibers gets between the die and the blank coin. On a detailed design like the effigy mounds quarter, a strike-through can soften or even erase sections of the mound shapes, creating a ghost-like effect. Some rare pieces show missing wings, faded ground details, or unusual smooth areas, each one a unique mistake the mint never intended. Another sought-after rarity is the off-center strike. These mistakes occur when the planchet is not perfectly aligned inside the striking chamber. On the effigy mounds quarter, even a small shift can distort the elegant bird shapes, pushing them to the edge or leaving part of the design missing. A 10% off-center strike is already collectible, but 20% or more creates a dramatically misaligned piece that can be worth serious money. A few remarkable examples have also shown rotated die errors. When you flip the coin from front to back, the obverse and reverse should line up perfectly. But with a rotated die, they don't. Sometimes the rotation is slight, just a few degrees, but some rare coins have major rotations, making them extremely desirable to error collectors. And then there are die cracks and die chips. This is where things get especially interesting. Because of the detailed mound outlines, some effigy mounds' quarters developed cracks along the curves of the bird shapes. Others formed chips that look like raised blobs of metal along the wings or tails. These small imperfections create character and uniqueness. Large cracks or noticeable chips, especially near the tops of the mound shapes, are worth far more than face value. Uncirculated and high mint state examples are also heavily collected. When this coin appears fully struck, with sharp edges, deep detail, and frosty luster, it becomes a miniature work of art. And because many 2017 quarters entered circulation quickly, truly pristine specimens are not as common as collectors once expected. That scarcity makes high-grade pieces even more desirable. Now imagine this: you open your drawer, your wallet, or a jar of loose change. You grab a handful of quarters, and suddenly something catches your eye. Maybe the bird shapes look slightly distorted. Maybe the lettering looks doubled. Maybe the design seems off-center. That one unexpected detail could be the sign of a valuable error hiding right in your home. This is the excitement of coin collecting, the joy of discovery, the thrill of uncovering a mistake the mint never planned, and the connection to history held in the palm of your hand. And the effigy mounds quarter, with its ancient symbolism and modern minting surprises, is one of the most fascinating coins of the 21st century to search for. Before we reveal the true market value of this 2017 treasure, I want you to take a moment and share your own coin discoveries in the comments. Tell us which coins you have, and we will gladly give you information about them in future videos. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment on this video to stay connected with our growing community of collectors. And don't forget to like the video so more people can enjoy these incredible coin stories. Now, the real market value of the 2017 effigy mounds Washington quarter in regular circulated condition is worth about $1 in words. High mint state examples with strong luster can reach up to $20 in words. Rare error versions such as double dies, off-center strikes, strong strike-throughs, or rotated dies can sell for as high as $300 in words. Top 4. Its story begins in one of the most breathtaking places in the United States, where the sky stretches endlessly above rugged mountains, where wild horses still run free, and where the spirit of the American West is alive in every gust of wind. Welcome to Wyoming. And today, we journey into the story behind one of the boldest and most striking designs ever minted on a United States quarter, the 2007 Wyoming State Quarter. Hold this coin in your hand for just a moment, and you'll feel something unusual: simplicity, power, and wide-open space captured in a single image. The reverse of this quarter features the bronc rider, a silhouette that has become the symbol of Wyoming's identity. A cowboy riding a bucking horse, strong, fearless, iconic. It looks simple at first glance, but the story behind this design is deep, historical, and incredibly meaningful. The bronc rider image comes from the legendary bucking horse and rider symbol, associated with Wyoming for more than a century. It first appeared on Wyoming military uniforms before World War I, inspired by a real cowboy named George N. Diamond Dick, and later connected to a famous horse named Steamboat, the fiercest bucking horse the West had ever seen. This design was chosen to represent the state because it reflects Wyoming's history of ranching, rodeo, and frontier independence. But while the design is beautifully simple, the Wyoming quarter has something surprising hidden beneath its clean lines. It is one of the most error-prone quarters in the entire state quarter series. And these errors have made certain 2007 Wyoming quarters extremely valuable and highly sought after by collectors. Let's begin with the most famous and dramatic: the die break and die chip errors. Because the design features large open fields of empty space, any cracks or chips stand out clearly. Some coins show large die chips along the horse's mane, tail, or the rider's arm, forming raised blobs of extra metal. A few incredible examples show cracks running across the horse's legs or even stretching toward the rim. These errors can significantly increase the value of the coin, especially when they create major cuts, large broken areas where pieces of the die fell away. Collectors especially love the extra metal varieties, where die chips appear around the rider's hat, shoulders, or saddle, giving the silhouette a distorted or thicker look. These varieties are dramatic and easy to spot, making them perfect treasures for collectors hunting through pocket change. now let's talk about another exciting and valuable rarity, off-center strikes. On the Wyoming quarter, an off-center strike dramatically alters the silhouette. Even a small off-center shift can distort the bronc rider, making the horse appear stretched, compressed, or pushed toward the edge of the coin. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. Some rare examples show 20% or more misalignment. These are highly collectible and can sell for impressive amounts. The Wyoming quarter also has remarkable double die varieties. While true double dies are less common on modern state quarters, a few confirmed examples have doubling in the words Wyoming, the equality state, or United States of America. When this doubling is strong and visible to the naked eye, the value rises quickly. Even minor doubling across the bronc rider silhouette is desirable because the design's clean lines make doubling easy to spot. Strike-through errors add another layer of excitement. These occur when debris, grease, or other material interferes during the striking process. On the Wyoming quarter, a strike-through can soften the edges of the bronc rider or even create missing details, resulting in ghost-like shapes. These errors are usually unique, no two look exactly the same, making them collectible and fascinating pieces of mint history. Some collectors have even discovered rotated die errors. When you flip the coin from front to back, the obverse and reverse should align perfectly. But on rotated die Wyoming quarters, the alignment is off by several degrees. Slight rotations are interesting, but major rotations are rare and extremely valuable, and we can't forget that high-grade mint state examples of the Wyoming quarter are always in demand. Because many of these coins entered circulation shortly after release, perfectly preserved pieces with strong luster and crisp detail are not easy to find today. A mint state example with flawless fields and a bold silhouette often commands a premium among serious collectors. Now picture this: you're sifting through your loose change, maybe after buying groceries or grabbing a coffee. Suddenly your eye catches something unusual. The silhouette looks thicker than normal, or maybe shifted, or maybe there's a small raised bubble of metal along the horse's leg. That tiny detail could be the sign of a rare error. That tiny detail could be a coin worth far more than anyone expects. This is the joy of coin collecting. The thrill of discovery. The mystery of the mint. And the Wyoming quarter, with its bold design, fascinating history, and high number of rare errors, is one of the most exciting coins to look for in everyday circulation. Before we reveal this coin's real market value and auction worth, I want you to comment below and tell us which coins you have in your own collection. Share your coins with us, and we will gladly tell you information about them in upcoming videos. And if you enjoy learning about rare and valuable United States coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. And don't forget to like the video so more collectors can join our community. Now, the real market value of the 2007 Wyoming Washington quarter in normal circulated condition is worth about $1 in words. High mint state examples can reach up to $40 in words. Rare error varieties such as double dies, major die chips, large cuds, rotated die errors, or off-center strikes can sell for as high as $400 in words. Top 5. Its story takes us back to the birthplace of the American Revolution, where the first sparks of freedom lit the path toward independence. Imagine narrow colonial streets, old brick buildings, and the echo of boots marching across the cobblestones. This is Massachusetts, where history breathes, where courage lived, and where one of the most symbolic state quarters of the entire series was born. When the United States Mint released the 2000 Massachusetts quarter, collectors immediately felt something unique about it. Unlike many other state designs, this one chose power over decoration, simplicity over noise. The reverse of the coin features the iconic Minuteman statue standing tall, watching over the outline of the state itself. The Minutemen were not soldiers by profession, they were everyday citizens ready to fight at a minute's notice, men who stepped forward when their new nation needed them most. This coin honors not only their bravery, but the foundation of American independence. As you look at the Minuteman on this quarter, you can almost hear the distant drums of the Revolution. The musket resting by his side, the stance of readiness, the calm determination carved into his posture, it's more than a piece of art. It's a tribute to the spirit of resistance that shaped the early days of the United States. but what makes this coin even more exciting to collectors is the unexpected number of rare and valuable errors that came out of the mint in 2000. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, a surprising number of mistakes slipped through, turning ordinary Massachusetts quarters into highly sought-after treasures worth far more than 25 cents. One of the most well-known error types for this quarter is the double die variety. On some rare pieces, the doubling shows up on the words Massachusetts, the base state, or even across the state outline. Strong doubling on the Minuteman's musket or boots is especially desirable. Under magnification, the doubled lines appear like a faint shadow, a second ghost image that instantly increases value. These double dies are rare, but when they appear, collectors compete fiercely to get them. Another major rarity is the off-center strike. Off-center Massachusetts quarters can be dramatically distorted, shifting the Minuteman partially off the coin or squeezing the state outline toward one edge. A small 5% off-center strike is collectible, but anything above 15% becomes significantly more valuable. Rare 20 to 30% off-center examples are exciting finds, bold mistakes that turn the coin into a unique work of minting history. Die chips and die breaks also appear frequently on this coin. Some coins show raised blobs of extra metal on the musket, the Minuteman's hat, or around the state border. The most dramatic versions form full cuds near the rim, large, raised lumps created when a piece of the die breaks off. These cuds can turn a normal quarter into a sought-after error collectible, but the Massachusetts quarter has another secret: rotated die errors. When you flip the coin from front to back, both sides are supposed to align perfectly. However, a number of 2000 Massachusetts quarters have been found with rotations ranging from minor shifts to dramatic misalignments. A major rotation immediately increases its desirability to error collectors. Some of the rarest finds involve strike-through errors. These occur when grease, dust, fibers, or even small foreign objects get between the die and the blank planchet during striking. On the Massachusetts quarter, strike-throughs can soften the Minuteman's features, blur parts of the musket, or leave strange impressions in the state outline. Each strike-through error is one of a kind, making them especially collectible. Let's not forget high-grade mint state examples. Coins that never entered circulation, coins with full luster, sharp detail, and clean surfaces, are always in demand. On a perfectly struck Massachusetts quarter, every detail stands out: the buttons on the Minuteman's coat, the fine lines of the musket, and the crisp edges of the state border. These high-grade examples are far harder to find than many collectors expect, especially after 2 decades of circulation. Now imagine this moment: you empty your pocket change onto a table, maybe after a long day of work, and a single coin catches your eye. Maybe the Minuteman looks thicker than usual. Maybe the rim is uneven. Maybe the lettering seems doubled. That tiny detail could be your clue, your hint that you're holding a valuable error hiding in plain sight. This is what makes coin collecting magical. Every coin tells a story, every search carries a spark of discovery, and every unexpected error can transform a simple quarter into something extraordinary. The Massachusetts State Quarter, with its bold symbolism and its rich variety of mint errors, continues to capture the attention of collectors around the world. Before we reveal the real market value of this 2000 treasure, I want to hear from you. Comment below and tell us which coins you have in your collection. Share your coins with us, and we will gladly give information about them in future videos. And if you enjoy learning about rare and valuable United States coins, make sure to subscribe to the channel and comment on this video. And don't forget to like the video so more collectors can discover these fascinating stories. Now, the real market value of the 2000 Massachusetts Washington quarter in normal circulated condition is worth about $1 in words. High mint state examples can reach up to $50 in words. Rare error varieties such as double dies, large off-center strikes, strong cuds, rotated die errors, and dramatic strike-throughs can sell for as high as $500 in words.